basically what this slide says is, and it's not scientific, but I like what it says. It says intuition is your mind's ability to work faster than your consciousness can interpret. So our minds are working and working and working, but we haven't actually assessed what our minds are already looking forward to or thinking about. And maybe that's where some, people might experience some of their thoughts in their dreams or things like that. I am not the scientist to explain that. That would be more Julia's area. But it makes kind of sense that our minds are powerful working supercomputers. And who knows?
Especially our unconscious minds, right?
It's our
Especially,
unconscious.
yeah.
We're not conscious about what we're thinking, but sometimes we might have a thought about a person maybe, and wow, they call us. And it's been like, I haven't talked to you in 5 years, and I just thought about you, and now you're calling me 2 minutes later. That's really weird. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's just things like that that might be coincidence, but maybe not. I don't know. A lot of times, I think, as a super forecaster, I think my personal belief is a lot of us have really good memories. And so what you were saying, Carmen, about you get maybe a hint, and then you go, and then you just kind of put that on the shelf, and you can maybe access that later, and you tell yourself, oh, I just remember having thought that, and there's a website that I reviewed that had that information, and it let me go look at that again. And it's like, oh, good information, because you can access it again because you remembered it. So I think the memory plays into this too.
Well, yeah, I wanted to add that I think in that Telek paper where he was talking about what are the characteristics of super forecasters, two of them that you didn't mention.
There's more, yeah.
Yeah, two of them that you didn't mention that I think you didn't mention because you're being modest is that having a high IQ is very helpful. So someone who can think in the way that has been traditionally associated with academia, which is kind of what IQ measures.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I think is more interesting here is having a high EQ. So you don't anchor, if there's someone in the group, because you're working with a group all the time, if there's someone in the group who has a particular personality that, they want to be right or whatever, first of all, that doesn't work very well. But second of all, you don't anchor your opinions on them. You're anchoring on something else. But in your case, I have a question for you, is you would anchor on your intuition. Your spidey sense is really how you do this. I mean, when you told me once that when people started ranking percentages of likelihoods of their response, you were like, I'm just going to do 0 and 100 because like either it's happening or it's not.
When I first started forecasting in the ACE competition, I think I answered over a 2-year period. I answered all of them, all the questions. We had like a slider bar, 0 to 100. And I would just do a lot of research in the background really fast, because the deal is the quicker you get your forecast in, because time is of the essence, So the more accurate you are, the sooner you're accurate, the better your Brier score. So I would do a lot of research really quickly, and I would just decide this is going to happen 100% or it's not going to happen. And I just did 100% and 0%. And one time they sent me, I don't know who they sent me like 11 questions at once in my email, and I answered every single one of them 0 to 100% and got them all right.